What is going on, guys? This is Jay Craft with the Facebook group Bolorama Pickers Lounge, and we're here streaming from beautiful Fresno, California again for another live Bolorama Reseller Roundup. Boy, do we have an interesting episode for you tonight. We have so much stuff that we're going to be covering. It would be no surprise to anyone here that the topic of tonight's show is on Kubik Shipping that's being offered by USPS. I do also want to clarify that we are going to be having our regular show too. I'm still going to be going over some current news. I'm going to be going over the items that I picked up during the week. But the first part of our show is going to be talking all about Kubik Shipping. And if you're new to it, I definitely want you to stick around and definitely get a pen and paper handy, or just get ready to type those comments in the comment section down below. So I'm going to be covering everything from front to back about the topic of Kubik Shipping. Firstly, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to be here this evening. I understand, as I say every single week, that taking time out of your busy day as a reseller to come down here and learn something new, it is not always easy. But I can assure you that by the time we're done tonight, that I'm going to be able to share with you how I've been saving money on shipping every single week with a company that I didn't even know existed just a couple of weeks ago by the name of Pirate Ship. Now, before you go and Google that and jump straight over to the site, I want to be able to explain to you how everything works, and I've even provided a link down in the description below. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, you're going to see the link down below as well. And I want you to use that very specific link. The reason is I am working with Pirate Ship as kind of as a consultant in a way, and helping them streamline the eBay shipping label experience. Pirate Ship as a company has been around for quite a while now, but you know, there isn't a whole lot of integration or just understanding as far as the label process with eBay sellers is concerned, and I'm trying to bridge that gap and make it a little bit easier. Now, obviously, you can get labels through eBay. That's something that, you know, is kind of a given, but a lot of people don't realize just how expensive that is comparative to some of the other rates that you can get elsewhere. But before we get into the rest of that, I want to thank all of our patrons for being here tonight as well. Without patrons, this show simply wouldn't be possible. All the tech, the camera, the lights, the microphones, and everything, it just wouldn't be viable. Let me fix that reverb real quick. Sorry about that, guys. I want to thank Pamela and Mindy, Christina, Rachel. We even got Jameson in here, Tammy, everyone for being here this evening. Just like last week, we shot a YouTube episode. We're going to be doing the same thing this week, okay? So I'm going to be doing another re-roll intro, and then we're going to get into the topic of Kubik Shipping. But firstly, there's a little bit of a typo up here in the corner. I don't know if you can see that. It says Thursday, but it's actually Friday. Boom, there we go. So we got some special background set up specifically for today's show, so that way I could kind of get a little bit, you know, more in front of the camera, and because we have some visual aids that we're going to be using tonight. So we're going to be switching gears right now to get ready to shoot this YouTube video while I have you live. So get ready for that intro. And I do also want to state that this is going to be a live Q&A. We're going to be going over the entire topic of Kubik Shipping first. Okay, and I still want you to enter in your questions. If you have them, drop them in there. If I'm unable to answer them, I will be following up with you personally after the show is over, or maybe Jameson, if he's still in the comments, he might be able to hammer them out if it's something that I just simply don't know. Okay, so I've spent many hours getting ready for this, and I hope you enjoy what we have here to come for you next. Okay, so here we go. So, Kubik Shipping, what is it and why do you need it for your eBay store? My name's Jay, and I'm here with the Facebook group Bolorama Pickers Lounge, and I'm being joined by a live audience right now who's able to ask questions as I'm producing this episode for you right now. So I want to cover everything in deep detail with you tonight as far as Kubik Shipping is concerned. So when I say Kubik Shipping, what am I referring to? I'm referring to a very little known shipping option that's available through USPS. Now, you may have had some experiences with Kubik Shipping in the past. If you're someone who's ever used a third-party site, let's say like stamps.com, you know, there's another one I believe is called like Rhino Ship. There are sites out there that provide Kubik Shipping. But if you're someone like myself who's using eBay, using Amazon, maybe even just sending out packages personally, you've probably never heard of Kubik Shipping. And it's kind of for good reason. It's kind of tucked away, and it's meant to be one of the little-known secrets as far as shipping is concerned. So tonight, I'm going to break down everything that you need to know about Kubik Shipping so that you can start using it now. So in the description down below, you're going to see a link for a site called pirateship.com. They're the company that I've decided to work with my shipping program and my shipping lessons today because they're the only site that's out there right now that's allowing you to do this completely free. And I know that sounds wild. I know that sounds crazy because if you look at other sites like stamps.com, some of their premiums run $50+ per month just to be able to print out shipping labels. And I don't understand why you have to spend so much to be able to save such a little amount from them. It really destroys your margins. Now, I know what you're also thinking too, Jay, how much money can I realistically save? Now, the amount you're going to save is going to be based typically on the type of inventory you're working with and the amount of inventory that you're actually pushing through. I myself am saving anywhere between $50 to $100 a month. Now, if you're a smaller seller, you know, me, I'm probably doing about 30, 40, 50 items a week, depending on the week. If you're a smaller seller, you're going to see lower numbers. If you're a bigger seller, you're going to see higher numbers. But if you're someone like me who kind of only has a handful of packages that are a pound, a 2 pound, 3 pound, you're still going to see a benefit from it. Even if you're just going there to do your first class shipping labels, it's a benefit to go there, okay? I know that sounds crazy because, you know, anywhere you go, you're going to get similar rates for first class, but I'm going to explain here at the end why that's important. So, when we look over the Kubik Shipping, the big thing, like I said, you're going to be saving money on every single label that you buy. That includes your first class, your priority, everything else. So to understand how Kubik Shipping really works, we need to understand that there's 3 different pricing models that are generally used when it comes to figuring out shipping label costs. First one is your retail cost, okay, your retail label buying experience. This is pretty much what happens when you go to the USPS station and you're buying a label straight off of them, or even worse, if you're going to a postal annex and you're purchasing a label there. These are going to be the most expensive rates that you can possibly pay for your shipping labels. Now, the next one, it's the commercial rate, okay? It's for a business. It's somebody, even an eBay seller is doing maybe 500, 1,000 packages a year is going to be able to qualify for a commercial rate. And I even think that there's some sub tiers that go in there as well. Now, the discounted rate, it's great, okay? How great is it? It's pretty much the incentivized offered rates that you're going to get from being a top rated plus seller on eBay. Now, we've talked about being top rated plus before in previous shows. We've talked about it on the group as well. That top rated plus it's almost like this intangible thing at times to be able to maintain, especially with all the rules and regulation that eBay's have been rolling out lately, to be able to keep that, you know, stuff like free returns, you must have returns on, no restocking fees, crazy mandates. Well, here's the thing. There's actually one past commercial rate, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's Commercial Plus. Commercial Plus is the biggest discount that you can get on shipping, hands down. We're talking about the cheapest flat rate, we're talking about the cheapest cubic rate, and we're talking about the cheapest first class rates when done through Pirate Ship, okay? And like I said, I'll double back and I'll explain that through. So Commercial Plus is generally only available to you, the seller, if you're moving 50,000 packages per year. Now, that is an insane amount of volume. Even for large companies, moving 50,000 packages a year is insane. Well, what happens is you see brands out there, including brands like Pirate Ship, they're able to leverage the numbers that they have so that everyone who's essentially working together and all buying labels from the same company are able to qualify for this rate. Now, other sites, like I've said, they're going to charge you fees. They're going to charge you some type of cost. There's no startup cost here. There's no deposit necessary here. There's no monthly fees, and there's no per label cost. Other ones will charge you those things. They'll charge you like a nickel a label or something like that. Corey asked just now, like I said, we have a live audience watching right now. He says, is Pirate Ship international? And if so, what countries can use this service to your knowledge? If you're here in the States, yes, you can 100% use Pirate Ship to send out your packages internationally. Now, if you're outside of the States, the countries that are eligible to receive it may vary slightly, but as far as I know, any company or any state that USPS can currently ship from your country to another country will be able to save money through pirateship.com. Great question, Corey. Thank you for that. And like I said, if you have any other questions and you're watching this live, drop them in the comments below. If you're not watching this live, okay, and you need help, let's just say you tuned into this video on YouTube right now and you say, man, I have a great question. It wasn't answered in the show. I want you to look at this link right here, facebook.com/group/Pickers Lounge. Go to that group. I'm the admin. Reach out to me and I'll answer it right away. If you need more help than that, I'll even get you my phone number. We can talk on the phone. If you enjoy the content you get today, feel free to support on Patreon. If you'd like to leave a one-time donation, we'd love it. There's the PayPal link as well. So what is this Commercial Plus, this magic rate, this Kubik topic that we're talking about today? So I want to talk first, traditional shipping, the focus starts on the weight of the item, then the size of the item, and then the distance that it's going to. With this one, it's kind of more, you may have heard the phrase like dim ship before, which is dimension-based shipping. That's kind of what's going on here. With Kubik, the emphasis is on the size of the package, then the distance that the package is going, and then lastly, the weight of the package. Now, I don't want to sit here and say that weight isn't a factor and weight isn't important, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's not as important as you normally think it is. Now, we as eBay sellers, we know when we go buy items, we pick up our items so that we can try and get a gauge on how much the item weighs and how much it's going to cost us to ship. And then what do we do after that? We say, okay, well, this thing's really heavy. What type of box is it going to fit inside of? And we start brainstorming about what does a medium box look like? Is it big enough to, house this item? What's a large flat rate box looks like? Is it big enough to house this item? I'm going to tell you after today, you're not going to have to worry about medium boxes. You're not going to have to worry about large boxes. You're not even going to have to worry about regional A and B boxes. Okay. So the way this works is, like I said, it's focused primarily on the size of the box. So there's 5 cubic regions that matter when it comes to Kubik shipping, okay? Or 5 sizes, excuse me. If you look over here on the side, okay? I'm gonna do my best. I don't even know if I can reach this. Okay, there it is. Okay, so if we look over here, we have our Kubik options 1 through Kubik 5. I'm gonna try my best to get out of the way here. Okay, so this chart might look brand new to a lot of you, and I'm gonna do my best to try and explain it. So Kubik 1 through Kubik 5 on the side refers to cubic feet, up to cubic feet, and that's 0.1 cubic foot all the way up to 0.5 cubic foot. And then if you look all the way across the top, you're going to see these zones going through zone 1 through 9. Now, like I said, this is a lot to take in, but let me make it a little bit easier for you. Zone 9 all the way at the end over there, that's for like the Canary Islands and like Puerto Rico. You're not really going to have to worry about that. Don't even concern yourself with the numbers all the way at the bottom, because that's not something you're going to have to worry about. And then same thing with zone 8. That's going to be like Alaska and Hawaii. So what we're really focusing on, it's going to be zone 7 all the way through to zone 1. That's where our emphasis is going to be on. Let me really get out of the way so you can see this last number down here. Okay, so as I said, there's a lot to go through. And I went ahead and made some visual aids to help you better understand how Kubik shipping works. Now, when I say made these, I truly mean I carved these out of cardboard. These are non-functional boxes. I made myself. It took hours to do, but I really wanted people to be able to understand how this works. So when we talk about Kubik 1, okay, we're talking about, I believe, 1/10 of a cubic foot. Here is an example of what that looks like. This is 8 by 6 by 3.5 inches. Okay, it looks like a real box, but it's actually not a real box. This is something I made by myself, and it's hollow on the inside, okay? This is how big it is. Now, what is going to be going inside of this box, okay? Anything that weighs more than 1 pound, that's less than 20 pounds. 20 pounds, okay? When was the last time you made a label on eBay? Okay, and you got really upset because a package creep from like 1 pound, 14 ounces all the way up and over, and for somehow, after you packed it and you put your padding in, maybe you threw a gift in for the customer, boom, all of a sudden it's 2 pound, 1 ounces, and you got that hard call to make. Do I round this bad boy down to 2 pounds, or do I suck it up and do I pay that ridiculously high extra charge for that 1, maybe 2 ounces that it goes over the top? Now, in reality, you're going to want to tell the truth. You're going to want to put the correct amount in, but isn't it the worst sting ever when a package goes from costing you $10.80 and all of a sudden, because it's 2 ounces more, it's now a $19 package? This is where this comes in. Okay, so now you notice I put the dimensions down here. This is very important. This is what determines which cubic size it goes into. Now I know what you're thinking. You're like, am I going to have to calculate this out for every single package I do? No. Okay, the rule of thumb is to try and get it into as small as package as you can while having it packed correctly. And then what you're going to do is when you go to make your label, you're going to punch in the dimensions and it's going to tell you which cubic category it falls into and how much it's going to cost. So let's say this box is going down south from me. It's going to be heading less than, let's see what that is, 150 miles away from me. Okay, so this could weigh 20 pounds or just under 20 pounds. It's going to cost me $6.35 to get 150 miles away. Let's say I want to shoot this bad boy over to Las Vegas, for instance, which is just under 400 miles away from me. This thing could weigh 20 pounds and it's going to cost $6.89. Okay, isn't that kind of nutty? Aren't we used to paying that much just to be able to get a padded mailer? Okay, and here's the other thing too. We can go even further. If this is going all the way to the East Coast, it's going to cost me $7.28. When was the last time you had a box that needed to go from one coast to the other? I know a lot of you who are watching this are over on the East Coast right now and thinking about I hear the complaints. I see them online in the group all day long. Oh my God, I can't believe I had another package have to go to the West Coast today, and how much it costs. Now, I really want everyone to think about the big picture here, okay? Let me show you one more example. This is another Kubik 1, okay? This is almost the size of a wine bottle. I kid you not, a little bit longer and we'd have a wine bottle here. Think about how much you could fit inside of this. These both cost the same amount if you're going to be shipping them, if you're going Kubik 1, okay? So there's a lot of room for play. That's the thing. There's no cookie cutter design when it comes to it. I'm going to let you in on another great secret here right now that isn't really talked about in the world of Kubik, because I dare you, go out there and try and find more information on Kubik. You're not going to. We're going to cover it all here today. Check this bad boy out. What is this? This is a priority mailbox. This is a 1096L to be more specific. This is hands down one of my favorite packages. Can you use this for Kubik shipping? Heck yes, you can. Okay, any box that says priority mail that does not say, it cannot say flat rate, and it cannot say regional A, B, or if you happen to have a C lying around, it must just be a regular priority box. You can use this, okay? You can use any of your priority stuff, okay, including padded mailers, Tyvek, as long as it's not set for a particular flat rate or a regional rate, okay? So this is considered a zone or a Kubik 1 that can go to any of the zones pictured above. Now, I've talked a lot about 1. I'm going to show you what a 2 looks like, because these things scale up exponentially. Like, really, look at this. Look at my head neck for scale. This is a very, very good size of a box. And like I said, anywhere from 1 to 20 pounds, you can ship that out with. We got Corey J. Barlow. He commented down below. He says, these prices are crazy. Yes, they're absolutely nuts. Now, when I tell you I've been saving money every week, I truly mean it. I would never recommend a product I haven't used myself. I have used this for the last week. I've been on the phone and communicating with the company just to make sure I understand everything about it before I came on with you here today. So here's the other thing. Another little tidbit a lot of people didn't realize is that when the shipping change happened, and I'm talking not just about this last change, but previous changes. There's been pricing changes all over the place with USPS. They secretly changed regional rates. Nobody really talked about this, okay? But if you've looked at regional A used to be a bargain, used to be a value, and even regional B used to be a value. But regional A went from being, we call it pinned, around the 1 pound mark, which was kind of the starting cost of it, and now it's pinned to the 2 pound mark. If we look at regional B, it used to be pinned close to the 3 pound mark. Now it's pinned to the 5 pound mark. So being able to save money with those options is very, very difficult. I'm at the point now that I have Kubik, I'm taking all of my regional A's and all of my regional B's and I'm returning them back to the post office. I genuinely have no need for them. And then the thing about having mediums and larges, when are you going to need those? Whenever you have a package that goes over 20 pounds. I don't know about you, but it's a very rare day when a package is going to be more than 20 pounds and still fit inside of a medium flat rate box. I'm not saying go get rid of all your medium boxes. What I'm saying is be more conscious about what type of boxes you order. And we're going to talk about ordering process here in just a second as well. I want to thank everyone again for jumping into this show too. So here is a 2. This is an example of a 2, and I think I might have another. I have another one as well. This is a 10 by 8.5 by 4. Look how big this bad boy is. Okay, there's a lot of space in this thing. This thing is almost about the same volume size as a medium flat rate box. Let me show you one more example of what a 2 looks like. Now, here's the other thing too. What I really like about Pirate Ship is they actually have a calculator on their website. And what do I mean by calculator? You can basically punch in the dimensions that you want to work with. And this is how I made these boxes. Because when we look at their cubic range, it's going to show you down to the decimal how much space you're actually taking up. Now, these boxes that I'm showing you are the best case scenario for cubic sizing. Basically, we're going right up to that threshold of like 2/10 of a cubic foot, okay, and or a cubic 2. And we're going right up to that threshold, and we're trying to max out that tier so that way we can get the most space for the items that we're shipping out. Carolee asked, is the 2 also 1 to 20 pounds. Yes, every option that I'm going to be showing you right now is what you want to use in the future moving forward for packages between 1 and 20 pounds. The only exception, okay, is a few times when the item would fit inside of either a small flat rate box, a small flat rate mailer, small flat rate legal mailer, or a medium padded envelope. Now, even then, the medium padded only is applicable when we're looking at zone 6 and above for Kubik 1 and zones 1 and 2 for Kubik 2. So it's very fringe scenarios even when you're going to be using those. So this is what another example of a 2 looks like. This is a 7 by 7 by 7. Okay, you can jam, I'm not even kidding, 20 pounds worth of stuff in here. Okay, mail it all the way across America for $8.72. Holy cow. Okay, that's a little bit ridiculous. Really cheap. And Mindy comments in, sweet. It's very, very sweet. The amount of money we're talking about saving here is huge. Okay, so I want to explain something real quick. Don't get me wrong. I love eBay. I love them so much. They've afforded me a quality of life I would have never thought I'd have before. And I was talking, oh, I am so sorry for that. And I was talking with somebody about that earlier, about the quality of life that I have because of eBay. But there's a little dark secret. And it's kind of a taboo thing to talk about. Okay? Every time you buy a label off of eBay, whether you're a regular customer or a top-rated plus seller, whatever it might be, eBay is making money off every one of those labels, okay? And it even gets a little dirtier than that, like really, really dirty. It kind of disgusts me in a sense that I've learned some of these things. Now, I can't, for legal purposes, I can't unequivocally call these things fact. These are things that I believe based on things that I've seen and things that I've heard. Okay, and these are things that I've researched independently on my own and are not a reflection of the company that I'm speaking about today. But let me explain something to you. This Kubik 2 right here, okay, if I go on eBay and I buy a label right now, and let's say this is an 8-pound package, and I punch in the dimensions of the package, and eBay rings me up and they charge me $28 for this label to send it over to the East Coast. And we know what that's like. We know what it's like sending a heavy package that doesn't fit inside of a flat rate, and we have to send it all the way across the country, and they hit us hard. $28 to get this bad boy across the country. The sad reality is, the label that comes out of my machine may not be the actual label that I purchased. Okay, I want that to sink in for a second. Okay, I printed out and purchased a $28 label. Okay, but the reality on the back end, eBay actually purchased a Kubik label. Okay, for $8, but they charged me the full $28. So they pocketed an extra $20 off of me buying a label from them because they have Kubik and we don't. It's a little scummy. Okay, and like I said, these are things that I believe to be true. Other companies do this. Okay, there's other shipping options that you can go to that do this. So like I said before, this is the only shipping company that is offering these things for free. It's pirateship.com. But like I said, before you go and jump straight to that site, continue listening. The link is down in the description. Please use this link. As an advisor regarding eBay shipping labels, I want them to see how hard I'm working, and I want them to see people come from these videos and come across. Why is this important to me? I'm a small business ambassador for eBay as well. Okay, I know that sounds a bit contradictory, just because you know, eBay is a company that I enjoy working with does not mean that I'm not allowed to be critical of some of their practices. And I'll tell you right now, you go watch my old videos, I'm hypercritical. But it's good, though, that a company is willing to do that. So Corey comments, he's like, I never knew that. Good idea on eBay's behalf. Yeah, they're really raking it in. And here's the thing. If you're a regular seller, I can 100% guarantee that they're catching the gap between your top-rated plus label and what you're getting. There's no doubt about it. There's no, why would they give USPS more money for the same label? Okay, so you know for a fact they're already catching that money. So I want to show you a few more examples of boxes here. Like I said, it's about the visual understanding of things. Mindy writes, OMG, it's so true. Okay, here we go. This is what 3 cubic feet looks like. Okay, I went into the calculator and I pretty much just punched in numbers and I said, what are common sizes I believe people are going to be able to benefit from? Okay, now, before I even get too far into this, I want to explain that if you have a lot of similar inventory, okay, if you have a lot of stuff that's almost of all the same size and you're going to be buying boxes, you kind of want to use these sizes as a guideline, okay? And I'll explain why here in a second, okay? But because getting the correct boxes to pair up with your inventory is going to save you even more money. Now, obviously, you're going to want to use the smallest box applicable to your item, but there are going to be situations where you get into some of the bigger stuff. And you're going to be very surprised when you see how big a Kubik 5 is. If you do nothing else but stick around until I show you a 5 and then leave the video, trust me, it's worth it. It is flipping huge, okay? So this is an example of a 3. This is a 10 by 8 by 6, okay? Very large box. What do we have here? Oh, I skipped an example of a 2. This is an example of a 2 by Priority Mail. Okay, this is one of their boxes with a little bit of my own eBay tape on there. I believe this is a 7 by 7 by 6, so it's very similar to the one that I showed you, the one that I made by hand. This is a very similar one to that as well. All the stuff you ship in this is going to be Kubik 2. So literally now imagine every box you send out working like a flat rate box. Okay, so everything you fit inside of this is going to cost you essentially $8.22. This blows out medium boxes right out the water. You're never going to touch a medium box when you could just use one of these. Okay, so let me get these to the side. Let me show you a 3 again. Like I said, this is a 10 by 8 by 6. This is a massive box. And after I go through these boxes, okay, I will be doing a massive Q&A, taking questions and explaining all the Q's and A's that I've already written down on the side. Okay, let me show you the next one. Okay. We're getting into the big boy territory now, okay? I'm going to scoot out of the way one more time so I can show you this chart, okay? Look at the 4s. 4s start at $7 and $7.31, and they go all the way up to $12.48. Now, why am I not reading all the way over? You're not going to be shipping to Canary Islands, and you're rarely going to be shipping to Hawaii and Alaska, okay? So we're going to be looking at zones 1 through zones 7, okay? So we're looking at anywhere between $7 and change up to $12 and change. Wait till you see how big this box is. Oh, nope, wrong one. This is a 4, okay? Look how big this is. This is a massive box. This is 18 by 8 by 4.5, okay? So we have a fractional amount here. So before I go further, when you're measuring your boxes, okay, let's say I measured this out and it was 4.7. Okay, we round down to the nearest quarter, so that would put us at 4.5. Okay, and then when we're looking for the cubic totals, they round those off, and they're going to give you exactly what you need on them. So this is a 4. Look how huge this is. You can shove 20 pounds worth of stuff in here, send it all the way across the country for $12. Okay, if you're sending it just 1 or 2 states over, 20 pounds worth of stuff, $9. That's an insane deal, okay? So this is what I'm saying. Every single box I'm sending out, I'm utilizing Kubik now, okay? Let me show you. Here's a 4 offered by USPS, okay? This is their shoebox size. Like I said, any box that does not say regional and does not say flat, you can use for Kubik, okay? Huge value. And now we're going to show you the 5s, okay? These are massive boxes. These kind of change the game. Let me explain why. When I was giving that example earlier, when we go and buy stuff and we look at it and we say, okay, can I fit this inside of this? And this has been the gold standard. You go back and watch my videos from a year ago, I talk about this. I say, try and figure out how much it's going to cost you to ship an item before you buy it. Okay, you have to look at the worst case scenario. Most times our worst case scenario is when it won't fit in a medium, it won't fit in a large, and we're looking to ship it to the East Coast. Sometimes this can be $30, $40, $50 on heavier stuff to get it all the way to the East Coast. And what ends up happening? We end up not buying the item. We end up just leaving it on the shelf because there's not enough meat left on the bone to justify dealing with it. Think of all the items that we've left behind because we couldn't justify the shipping cost. And now think forward about all the items you're going to be able to buy again because you're going to be able to afford to ship them. It's not even so much about the money that I'm going to save on shipping. I'm thinking more about the money I'm going to make, being able to go back as a reseller and what we call business as usual, okay? Being able to buy things that are worth money and just sell them and just ship them out. Think about if you're not like me, okay, and you put shipping cost on every single item you sell. And I understand why some people do that, and power to you, okay? You put the shipping cost on the actual listing, you're going to have a more competitive shipping cost than everyone else out there, okay? How many people are using Kubik right now? Not that many. This video that I'm producing for you right now, I'm trying my hardest to push out into as many people as possible. But some people just aren't receptive to it. But I'm telling you, if you're watching this right now, consider yourself one of the lucky ones. You're going to be saving a ton of money. You're going to be growing your business end over end, all by changing the site that you're buying your labels from. Okay, let me scroll up and catch up on some of these comments. Mindy says she uses the shoebox all the time. Corey says, sounds like I need to start using that link. Yep. Tammy says, I have pasted up so many items, or I passed up so many items because of weight, left money on the shelf. This is so true. And then Mindy says she already started using the program. And Mindy has been using it. She's been saving bucks. I've been hearing about it. Corey asked, how are you finding it? I think he's asking, how do I find my experience? I'm going to tell you, it's easy. Okay. When I started on Pirate Ship, it was before I even talked to anyone. Somebody had mentioned it in an offhand comment. And once I saw the site, I'm like, whoa, this is something big. This is a big deal that's going on right now. And I immediately sent out a message. I said, hey, I want to talk to somebody who's doing this. I want to get extra information. I know about 1,200 people in a group that could benefit from this information. Help me get it digested. So I reached out to the owner of the page. His name is Jameson. This guy is an absolute hotshot. And I know what you're thinking, okay? Why is Jameson doing this? Him and his team, why are they doing this? What's the reason behind it? And I've been asked that question so many times privately, okay? There's a few things I can explain to you about why he's doing this, okay? Jameson comes from a background in shipping, okay? You may have heard of a company called Loot Crate. He had his hand in Loot Crate as one of the early people there with it. And one of the big stumbling blocks with that company was handling shipping. How do you run a company that sends out boxes of varying sizes every single month, okay, but still be able to maintain your same profit margins month after month with different weighing boxes of comparable sizes? Okay, that's when he got into the business of shipping, which was a very smart play. Even think all the way back to Media Mail. Do you know where Media Mail came from? We owe Hugh Hefner a thank you for Media Mail, because if it wasn't for him starting Playboy, Media Mail would not exist. Okay, he had his hand in making that a viable option. And he went to him and said, hey, we can get you an extra 1 million pieces of mail every single month. We just need a really good rate for it. Okay, and what I also think about too is I think about Costco. I know it sounds crazy. You've been to Costco, you had their hot dogs that are $1.50. After a while, I'd say maybe it was like 6 years ago, the vendors who produced the hot dogs went to Costco and said, hey, we got to raise our prices. And Costco realized that they would have to raise the prices on hot dogs for their consumers. And they said, hey, we don't want to do that. Okay, can you get your prices down? They said, no, we can't. They said, okay, fine. And you know what they did? They went and created their own dang hot dog factory. I kid you not. They make their own hot dogs now so they can continue to sell them at $1.50 a piece. That's essentially what we have going on here. We have a company that had a vested interest in keeping shipping costs low for themselves to benefit themselves, and they found that they could benefit tons of other people at the same time with this same type of idea. This is why, unlike other companies, there is no startup cost, there is no monthly cost. It benefits everyone the whole way through. Bill Gates himself had a fantastic saying. He said, how many people are you willing to help get rich so that you can be rich yourself? Look at me as the shining poster child of that. I'm out here trying to teach everyone how to save money on their shipping. What's the master goal? What is my best angle and best case scenario? Maybe I show you how to save $100 or $200 a month, and then what do? You say, you know what? Hey, Jay, thanks for helping me save all that money. I want to support your show. I want to sign up for Patreon. I want to see you keep doing great things. That's a great angle for me. I want to help you get rich so that I may someday be rich myself. Let me look at these comments real quick. We got, Mindy says she likes it. Tammy says she's been using it since December. That's fantastic, Tammy. And then Carolee asked a question. She said, how do they make money? I just broke it down for you. And you know, to get further into the nitty gritty of it, you know, there's a lot of ways to really make a brand like this work. Like I said, they have their internal vested interest in it as well. But, you know, when you're working with a company like USPS, a government-owned company, and you're buying shipping and the volume that they're buying it in, I mean, I don't think I'm allowed to talk about what type of volume they're doing on here, but it is insane. I mean, the amount of volume that they're doing is more than I hope, in like in a year's time is more than I hope to earn in a lifetime. I mean, it's an insane amount of postage out there buying. So, you know, their special agreement with USPS is what keeps them conducting business and making this available for everyone else to be able to continue buying labels. Donna said she used it this week. That's great. Deborah, welcome to the show. She writes, wow, Mindy, you're right on. He is cute. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. That's going to be forever on YouTube now. Let me show you another example of a 5. This is a 5. Look how big this box is. It's a 12 by 10 by 7. Look at the size of this, okay? And as I said, you can see the chart behind me. The rates are very, very fair. When we look at a 5, 10 by 12 by 7, what are we seeing here on rates? Looks like, holy cow, is it really that cheap? Oh my God. Okay, because here's the thing. I haven't had to use all of these scenarios yet. Okay, I don't generally buy stuff this size, and like I said, it's because of that issue with the shipping cost being so insane. You know, when you're on eBay as just a general seller, which unfortunately I've been bumped from being top rated. I'm just a general seller getting general rates. Shipping, I don't care how much it weighs. This is a scary looking box. Okay, because once you get to this size in retail, you're looking at dimensional weight. Okay, this as 1 pound. 1 pound going to the East Coast is going to cost me over $20 just based on size. Okay. But with this program, if I'm doing West Coast, we're looking at like $7, less than $7.50. If I'm doing East Coast, up to 20 pounds, we're looking at like $15. That's a bargain. Now, this is larger than a USPS large. So why would you ever touch a large flat rate again? You'd really have no reason to. So when it comes to my large flat rates, those are pretty much just going to be going out the window. I have no reason to have large flat rates. Okay, I really want to thank everyone for being so engaged, okay, and commenting. If you want to join in on the comments and be around for our live show next week, we do these shows every single week, or we're trying to keep them up every week. Sometimes they're Thursday, sometimes they're Friday. Join the groups/Pickers Lounge, okay? And then I'm going to show you this last 5. And it was kind of funny when I was making this too, because like I said, I was playing around with the calculator and I was trying to come up with scenarios of boxes. And I built this entire box and I said, dang it. I'm like, I made a flippin' pizza box. Okay. This is what I made. This thing is massive. And it's essentially a pizza box. I could have just gone down the street and got an extra large pizza box. This is 18 by 18 by 2.5. This thing is massive. Okay. And you can, I don't know what type of scenario you'd be in, but I wanted to show you some extreme examples of what you can do. And this right here is a great segue into my next point about how the Kubik works as far as limits and maximizing on distance, okay? So I'm going to show this one more second, and then I'm going to put this to the side. Get that out of here. If you guys want my example boxes, let me know. Okay, so qualifying Kubik packages, okay, are going to be packages that are no longer than 18 inches on any given side, okay, in any direction, and no heavier than 20 pounds. Anything under a pound is just going to be first class. Remember that, okay? Let's see. So Jane comments, so essentially USPS priority 4, which is 12 by 12 by 8, would be out of range for this program. I don't think it is. 12 by 12 by 8. I don't know what the cubic footage on that is. Let me find out really quick. Okay, hold on one second, guys. I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to be using the calculator. I'm going to be running it on the background. Don't mind me. And we are going to find out real quick whether or not that works. So like I said, there is a calculator on the site. Okay, so 12 by 12 by 8. Unfortunately, that's going to be slightly outside of it. Okay, that is a pretty hefty box. But now, if you were able to get that box and you were able to get it to, if you were able to get that to a 10 by 10 by 8, then yes, you'd be able to use that. Now, can you take your existing USPS box and cut it down to fit the correct size? Yes, you can. You can totally cut those boxes down. There's going to be no issue with that whatsoever. Okay, Carolee says, I love the example boxes. Thank you. And thank you for the great question, Jane. Thank you for joining us tonight, Miguel. Anyone who's coming in late for this stream, I want to let you know the entire thing is going to be available online later on Facebook as well as YouTube, either by tonight or by tomorrow. So Like I said, qualifying packages up to 18 inches in any given direction and no heavier than 20 pounds. Now here's the fun part. This is something that you don't think about. This is something they don't want you to know. I've got a secret for you, okay? Are you ready for this? We got another chart coming. It's a good one. Soft pack. Kubik soft pack. What is a soft pack, Jay? What does that even mean? Soft pack is one of my favorite things. Why is it my favorite thing? Because I love shipping stuffed animals. I sell so many stuffed animals. The market's so great for them. It means you can use poly bags, okay? That's a huge deal. Poly bags are even easier to work with. I've got 5 examples here of poly bags that you can use for Kubik shipping, and it's so easy to work with. All you have to do is measure the length and the width, add them together, and poof, you have your tiers. Now, I've brought up some examples. Now, these aren't necessarily maxing out the examples. Some of them are going to be close, but I can help you later if you want to figure out the best case scenario, the maximum size poly bags that you can buy that fit within it. Now, a question that I had asked Jameson immediately, I said, hey, how big can we swell these up? He says, hey, as long as the dimensions are as you stated when it's flat, okay, you can puff this bad boy all the way up. You can fill it up to the brim. As long as it seals out, you're good to go. Okay, so we have an example of a 1 here. This is 17.5. So we have 10 by 7.5. This is a pretty good size here, okay? I don't know how much stuff you're really going to have that's going to be better suited for a poly. Now, the reason we generally use polys is to reduce weight, okay? Now, we use polys because they weigh less than cardboard, and generally we use them because we're trying to keep them under a specific threshold. Now, are you going to be using these for Kubik? Of course, there's going to be those times, like let's say you have a really dense pillow and you don't necessarily need to ship it inside of a box, but certainly something to keep in mind when you're producing your labels, okay? So let me show you a 2. Let me show you how it starts getting really ridiculous, because 21 to 27 inches is quite a big reach. So this is a 2. This is 26.75. This is maxing out a 2. It's 15 by 11.75. Okay. Who makes this bag, you say? How do I get my hands on these? This is an eBay bag, okay? Well, kind of scummy that they're producing something that maxes out on Kubik too. Do you think they did that on purpose? Do you think when they made their boxes, they intentionally made it so that way when you punch in the dimensions, they offer you these discounted materials? Because this is given to me by eBay for my eBay store subscription. If you're a store subscriber and you're not getting your free supplies every quarter, you're throwing more money away. Send me a DM. I'll help you out with that, okay? So I'm thinking maybe they might do that on purpose. But I digress. We'll come back around to that. This is a 2, 26.75. Like I said, it is a 15 by 11.75. Now I'm going to show you a 3. This is a 17.5 by 12. Okay, this one looks very similar. Okay, there's not going to be much difference here. This is not maxing it out by any means. That 2 is really maxing it out. Let me show you a 4. This is where it starts getting a little crazy. I'm going to have to back up for this one. Okay, this is 33.5 total amount. This is a 19 by 14.5. This is pretty much maxing out Kubik Tier 4 or Kubik Soft Pack 4. Okay, this is huge. Let me. Look how big this is. This is a massive package. How many times have you had stuffed animals, okay, that for some reason the fill, like I've got one in the other room, it's actually full of Tempur-Pedic material. How many times have you had those and they just magically weigh like 3 or 4 pounds, okay? And you're like, well, dang it, I'm gonna have to shove this inside of a flat rate box now. This is an alternative to that, okay? It's gonna save you a ton of money. And now, believe it or not, I had all of these poly bags on hand. I hope you have them all as well. Jared, thank you for joining the show. Here is a Kubik Soft Pack Tier 5. This thing is massive. This is 35 total. This is a 19 by 24. I'm gonna have to back everything up to show you this. This thing is essentially a trash bag, okay? I mean, this is probably like 7-gallon size trash bag. This thing is massive, okay? And this qualifies for Kubik Tier 5. You could probably ship 15 shirts inside of this thing. It is huge. So isn't that exciting? So let me just scoot out the way so you guys can see this chart. Now, these charts are all available on pirateship.com as well as the calculator. And as I said before, please use the link in the description. I want them to see how good of a job I'm doing. I want eBay to recognize the work that I'm doing as well. So we want to keep all of it together. It means so much to me, okay? That's my end goal. I want to be a promoter and I want to be a teacher, so every little bit helps. Okay, so I have some more notes here. I'm looking over the notes. Yeah, Mindy recognizes the value because she sells a lot of stuffed animals as well, and it's very often that a Build-A-Bear will creep up over the top as far as cost is concerned. Forgive me, guys. 45 minutes of straight talking. Okay, so I've explained the two different types. We got the soft pack. We got the cardboard one. And like I said, the idea is just to keep business as usual. Okay, so I have some questions that I've received during the week about this, as well as some stuff that I felt would be really good talking points. At any time, feel free to jump in with a question. The first one I have here is, are there other companies doing this as well? Yes, there is, but they're not nearly as good. Now, am I partial? No, I'm partial to saving money, that's for sure. The whole point of doing this is to be able to save money on your shipping cost, increase your margins, and shove money in your pocket. Okay? If you can save $200 a month, that's $2,400 a year. That is a really, really nice vacation. You can go wherever the heck you want and be gone for a week. That's why I'm partial to this company, is because there's no cost. There's nothing like that. I've already explained the maximum dimensions, maximum weight. Okay? On the largest bag, Carolee asks, is it 19 by 24? My largest bag, my giant industrial trash bag, yes, it is 19 by 24. Okay. Here's a very important one. Okay. Can I use gusseted mailers? No, you cannot. Okay. A gusseted mailer is going to be considered having a third dimension. So when you're using these, they can be flat pack. Okay, poly material. They can be Tyvek. If you've seen a USPS Tyvek mailer before, those are completely free from USPS.com. I strongly recommend you get on there and you order pretty much some of every variable shipping box option they have. So variable is anything that isn't regional and isn't flat rate. And if you like, okay, join the group and I'll put together a list of all the ones. And I'll tell you what, I'll even build a shopping cart checkout option so you can just get everything tossed straight inside of your cart. Okay, just remind me this week and I'll get it put together for you guys, okay? So yeah, no gusseted mailers, okay? It's going to be a third dimension. If you're not familiar with what those are, pop onto Google and take a peek. Most people don't use them though. Will this work with PayPal and Amazon orders? So you can manually enter in your PayPal orders, but as far as integration and being able to import those orders, it's not there yet. But let me explain this. With eBay, it is. So before I even got on the horn with Jameson, I went ahead and headed over to the site and I told myself, you know what? I've got to see what these rates are. I am not kidding you. I went from logging right onto the site, just jumping onto the page, creating an account, linking my eBay, uploading my payment information, I went ahead and went with the credit card, and I'll explain why here in a second, to printing out my first label, I kid you not, in under 2 minutes. 2 minutes to get my first label out. I understand that using a different platform can be frustrating. I can understand what you're thinking. Like, I don't want to have to log into eBay and then log into Pirate Ship to be able to do everything. You don't have to. You can go straight to Pirate Ship. Okay, you press on the import your orders, it pulls them in from eBay, you print out your labels, and here's the other great part too. The server at Pirate Ship is so freaking fast. I love it. You know how many times you've done it, I've done it. Hit that like button if you've done it, where you're sitting there waiting for your label to load. You see the pitney bows, it's spinning and spinning, and what are you doing? You're folding up your package, you're getting your next package ready, spinning. You're like, come on. Give me my label already. Okay, we've all been there. Pirate Ship, quick. It's just blazing through. I'm just on one item and on to the next. And then what happens after I print out that label? The tracking number automatically added to eBay. I'm not going back and adding tracking information later. It's like, poof, poof. It just automatically does it for me. So when I say business as usual, I'm talking about not interfering with your day-to-day flow. Donald Lockwood asks, how do you know the shipping cost when listing? I can only get rates after I export from eBay. So if you want to figure out your shipping cost before you actually put the item up, what you can do is you can refer to the chart, and you can even figure out, okay, how am I planning on shipping this? You can punch in the weight, and you can even see, okay, where is this going to fall, okay, within the guide. So let's say I have my item, and I pack it as small as I possibly can. I am so sorry for that extra noise, guys. One of my power bricks just fell. So let's say you pack it as tightly as you can, and this is what it fits into. You can punch in the dimensions in the calculator, and it's going to crank out your expected cost. Okay, you can see it, or not your expected cost. It's going to give you your cubic cost or cubic size. It would be a cubic 3 in this instance. You go back and look at the chart, and you can see the range on what it's going to be. So if you want to go with the worst case scenario, I believe it's going to be number 7. You can go with the worst case scenario. And then if you want to go on the end part, the closer range, you can do that, or you can even split the difference. Okay, so that's one way of going about it. And like I said, it's just going to allow you to be a little bit more competitive when it comes to your shipping cost. The next one here. Oh yeah, and like I said, you can manually do your orders from PayPal, because right now the only way to crank out a label through PayPal is paypal.com/MOS. It's a very clunky, very confusing system. So even the private orders I've been taking from my shop, I've gone ahead and started doing through Pirate Ship because it's faster and it's easier. And I just want to be clear, all the options that are available on eBay are available on Pirate Ship. So your first class, your medium mail, and everything like that. So here's one of the big things I was getting to. And when I said earlier, first class shipping is cheaper on Pirate Ship than it is anywhere else. Let me explain what I meant by that. The actual dollar amount is going to be shown the same. Okay? If I buy a label on eBay, it's going to be $2.66. If I buy a label on Pirate Ship, it's going to be $2.66. How is it cheaper? It's because when I buy my shipping, I'm buying it with a credit card. I'm buying it with a credit card that I even get through PayPal that offers me 2% back. It may not seem like much, okay? But I actually prepaid for my shipping on Pirate Ship. And why did I do that? Because I hate seeing 10 transactions on my PayPal every single day for all the labels I bought. So what I do? I bought $500 worth of shipping at one time, okay? That way it draws from the amount until the amount gets to 0, and then I can buy some more all in one batch. And I only see one transaction in my PayPal, but I know for that purchase, because I'm doing it the way I'm doing it, I'm going to get 2% back. Like I said, it's not going to seem like a lot of money, but you don't realize how much you're spending on shipping. Okay, if you're spending even $400 a month across the course of a year, you're saving $96 doing that. 96 extra dollars. Think about how many times you pass up on items. Or when was the last time you saw something that you really liked, you wanted to get for yourself, and it was like $100, and you said, I just can't justify it. Well, guess what? Your 2% cash back can totally justify that item for you. So let's see. Now, here's a fun one. People have asked me, what extra information can I put on the label? You can put a lot of stuff on the label. When I crank out a label now, what am I seeing? I've added some stuff on there. It's called rubber stamp. Okay, and what it is, it allows you to put 3 fields worth of information directly onto the label. What does mine have? Mine has the item number, which is great. How many times have you gotten messages from drop shippers that say, hey, can you please include the item number on the label? And I want to let you know, this is optional. You do not have to add these things to your label if you don't want to. I enjoy having it because of the way I print my labels out. Sometimes I print them out in bulk, and then sometimes I want to be able to quickly look back and tell if I did it correctly. So you can put the item number right on there. You can put the name of the item directly onto your label, and then you can. For me, I just have like extra notes. I think I have like the date or some extra stuff. You have 3 fields, and I think there's about 20 options when it comes to eBay as far as what you want to put on this rubber stamp option. If you need help getting through that, let me know. I'll walk you through it. Here's the next one. I get asked this a lot. People say, "Is it safe? Is it okay for me to be using this site?" Yes, it is completely safe. They've been around for years now. It's just, you have to think about it this way. I own a game store here in Fresno, okay? And I've been doing business for over 5 years now. Every single day, I have people come through my doors and say, wow, I've never heard about you guys. This is amazing. And I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on advertising, marketing, flyering, word-of-mouth marketing, promotional spots, TV commercials, you name it. I've spent so much money to try and get my name out there. People just still don't know who I am. Now, when it comes to Pirate Ship, you have to understand, we're not dealing in like some third world country product here. We're dealing in postage, which is regulated by the government. There's no way something like this could exist without without somebody drawing attention to it if it wasn't legal or legit. I can't even say how many users there are. There's a ton of users using this now, tons of people signing up every day. There's no reason to be concerned regarding the brand or what they're doing. Will this work on international orders? I answered that one earlier. Yes, it definitely will, but there is a little but to it though. If you're using Global Ship program, your orders are not going to import across. I am working with Jameson to try and better understand that and better understand if there's ways to do the Global Ship through there or if that's just something that's going to be getting added later. Oh, and here's another great one. Do I need to have an account with eBay, Amazon, Stamps, etc. to be able to purchase shipping from pirateship.com? No, you do not. Okay, you can just be a private business, private person. You can be whomever. You can go right on there. You can create your own pirate ship account, and you don't need to be integrated with anything else to be able to purchase shipping off there. Next up, what kind of printer do I need to have, and do I need special labels? So as of right now, there's some options available. Okay, I believe we have half sheet, we have quarter sheet, which is your 4x6, and then any type of printer that you're using now, there's going to be some type of shortcut way to be able to get format out. Now, most of the people that I know that are using eBay are using Dymo 450s, Dymo 400s, 300s, XLs, twins, and stuff to that effect. I myself am using a 400, a standard edition, using 99019 labels. Okay, those are the longer rectangular labels. Those are the ones that I've suggested for everyone. As of right now, there is no way to format a standard label, but you can resize your label using the 30255 option on your printer settings to format a 1/3 label that rides vertical instead of horizontal on your label, and that will scan in and will accept. If you need help getting that one set up, let me know. I've spoken with Jameson and they said they do intend on adding additional options, but it does take time. It's not something that's that anyone's really getting paid to do. That's the thing about it. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but they definitely are aware of what's going on with that and how we could definitely benefit from additional shipping label options. So the final tips I have for you guys: definitely try and use as small a box or small of a soft pack as possible, but definitely make sure things are packed correctly. We've all been there before where we haven't wanted to include extra padding, extra packaging, because we were worried about the weight. So when you have any item now that's over a pound, go crazy. Pack it up as much as you want. Double box it for all I care, okay? Because we've all been there. We've shipped out glass before and like, man, this is already... How many times have you said this? It's already 4 pounds. I don't really want to add any more weight to this. I don't want to make it even heavier than it already is. It doesn't matter now. Pad it up as much as you want. Send them extra boxes. Send them extra padded mailers. It does not matter now. So that's one of the things. But you just definitely want to make sure you can make your box as small as possible. Secondly, make sure you're purchasing boxes that are going to best suit your inventory. If you are purchasing boxes, if you're not purchasing boxes, you're just using USPS one, make sure they cater your inventory. Okay? Okay, and I think that's everything. So right now, I'm going to open up for a round of Q&A, but if you are watching on YouTube, this is going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching this training. Look in the description down below for our group. Look in the description down below to get started on Pirate Ship. Okay, it's really appreciated. If you enjoyed what you learned today, make sure you leave a comment down below. It'd be really appreciated. Hoping to work with you soon. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to see the live Q&A that's happening after this, please visit our Facebook group and you can see the rest of the video there. Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm back to our Facebook group now, okay? So that's going to be where I'm going to cut off the YouTube video, but we're going to stick around and we're going to enjoy the rest of our show now. I'm going to be taking any questions that you might have. I want to thank everyone who sat through that hour. I know that was a lot of information to digest. You're all going to save a lot of money because of it. Once this video is done, please share it with everyone that you know who's a reseller. This is going to save them so much money. Any questions, any comments from anyone before we go on to part 2 of our show? Ba-da-da. I'm going to be moving some of my boxes. Let you guys think if you have any questions, okay? Mindy says I. Questions, questions, questions? Okay. Jay, the show isn't over, guys. No reason to leave. We're going to be looking at some items here now. Okay, Carolee puts down, I'm looking on USPS and only see one option for plastic mailers bags. Thought I heard you say there were more. What am I missing? So, as far as the plasticky, poly-ish style bags, they have Tyvek available through USPS, the Tyvek mailer. I can't remember what size it is offhand, and I didn't even measure it up for Kubik either. So I'm not positive on that one. As far as the other sizes, those are poly bags that I purchased myself. I bought them through eBay, and they're filthy cheap, like stupid, stupid cheap. The smallest size that I showed you, I think it's like 250 of them for $12. And then the one that I use a lot, which is close to like a 10 by 13, you can get about 100 of those for about $10 as well. So they're very, very, very cheap. Then you can also get your free ones through eBay for your store that you're running. Tammy comments, no question, but I just wanted to say you did a great job with the presentation. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Tammy. I spent probably close to 3 days preparing everything for this today, and I'm really happy that I was able to get through everything and that we were able to get all the information put together. I really hope I didn't leave anything out. It is just so much to digest. It is so much to understand, and even just getting everything ordered, it was a little bit of an ordeal. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous about getting it done correctly, but I think we're all clear now. We got Christina Ray watching as well. Okay, so we're going to transition to part 2 of the show. I'm going to slow things down a little bit for myself. I'm going to try and bring the energy levels down just a little bit. If you were just here for the Kubik, I want to thank you for watching. But if you want to stick around and see what items I got this week, it'd be cool. This may possibly be one of my last item pickup episodes. I don't know just yet. I know I keep saying that. I keep saying I'm going to stop doing this, but I enjoy thrifting so much. And sometimes I walk inside of a store and I say, you know what, I'm just going to get the good stuff. That's all I'm going to do. Get a couple of really good items and leave it at that. But I cannot leave money on the shelf. It's a disgusting sickness. If there's profit there to be made, I just have to pick it up and throw it inside my cart. Donna writes, where do you go on Pirate Ship to get the chart and customize your label? So the chart, you're going to want to click on the rates tab at the top. You're going to want to scroll down just a little bit to where it says Kubik Shipping. Click on that, and then it's going to open up a new window, and you're going to be able to see the chart as well as the calculator on that window. And if you'd like to, you can send a request after the show is over, and I will forward you over the images from there, or I can send you a direct link. And as far as customizing your label, you're going to want to go to the settings, and then you're going to want to click on, I believe it's label. Let me just verify really, really quick. I'll walk you through that. Let me get logged into my account. Now, just for security and privacy purposes, that is why I am not streaming my my shipping because it's showing customer names and tracking numbers and stuff like that. So I believe you click on settings. Click on settings, and then you click on integration. Okay, settings and integration, and you'll see eBay pop up. Then you're going to click on edit. And then click on edit field mapping. Okay. And you'll see a edit mapping for eBay where you can change the fields. So one more time, that is click on settings, click on integrations, click on edit, and then click on edit field mapping. So let me see if I can just slap that in there for you really quick. I'm going to leave a comment up. Let's see if we can do this really quick without being too invasive. There's a link for you in the comments, so that way you can edit your fields. Look at that. Okay. Mindy writes, we all give into the illness. Yes, that is right. The illness of being a addicted reseller. Okay. If you do have more questions, don't be afraid to comment them down below. Let's take a look at some items. As always, these items I have not seen in a week. I cannot remember everything that I purchased. Certain things are going to be really exciting to me, and other things are not. If you find something exciting, feel free to let me know. Okay, this is a cool one, and I know I call everything cool. I've seen this in a group somewhere, but I never stopped to look it up. And I remember somebody talking about this. We've got some upside down stuff. It says 7 light bubble set. These are little bubblers. Look at this. They got the liquid inside of them. They bubble. And I think this is worth something. I think it's worth money. We're going to find out together. Now, this is something that I normally wouldn't have bought because it's over a pound. But like I said, because we're working on Kubik now, we can really get away with some good stuff. So let's find out together what these bad boys are going for. Let's see. We got 7 light bubble set. Price plus shipping, lowest first. And we're going to do buy it now format. And do these have a brand? It says Foremost. Okay, $15.87. You know, maybe I can get a little more because of the brand, but probably not. Maybe 20 bucks. That's what I'm thinking. MCM site. If they are older, yes. Let's just see. Let's see if the brand helps anything. Okay, it is worth a little bit more. There's 3 watchers on this one. We got 15 plus 13 shipping. They're paying $13 to ship this. It's just barely over a pound. That's madness. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to be able to undercut them hard. Here's somebody doing a vintage set. Okay, I don't know if mine are vintage or not, but I don't know. They seem somewhat modern to me. Yeah, we're just gonna say they're worth about 30 bucks. We'll leave it at that. Hoping nothing's broken on the inside there. Jane writes, be sure to test those bubble lights. Hey, I'll tell you what. Should we test them right now? Should we find out if they work? Should we see if I made a good buy or not? You know, I would test these, but they're not even attached to the string. I don't think that they're new, but you can see, why am I showing it to that camera? You can see that they're not attached yet. So somebody remind me tomorrow, because I'm going to forget, and remind me to upload a video of these things after I get them tested. I'll upload it to the page, so that way we can all see it and enjoy it. Let me switch this background back really quick. How did you guys like those charts? All those visual aids. I hope they helped. Here's an item I didn't look up. It's a Springbok Snoopy puzzle. There's a lot of things that I just kind of bought on a whim. I've been doing this long enough. I really think I can get away with it. I'm just going to go ahead and say this bad boy's worth $10 to $15. It's brand new and sealed. If I'm wrong, I'm going to be wrong in the right direction. I don't see it being worth less than $10. Oh my God, I got some more cute otters. And I can't tell you guys just how good otters are to me. Every single otter you've seen, these are otters, right? Yeah, I think these are otters. Look at this. Tell me that isn't adorable. He's like, oh, just scooping up over the top. You got baby and you got daddy. So yeah, these otters, these are, what brand do we got this time? Lou Rankin. This is a Dakin otters. Let's see if we can find a comp on this one. Again, I didn't even look this one up. It's just kind of that picker's intuition. We got some comments. Mindy says, oh. So let's see, Lou Rankin, otter. Dun, dun. There's just one of them. Oh, there he is, looking so cute. Just under $20. It says otter with the otter mom. It looks like a dad. I'm gonna call it a dad. So yeah, $20 worth of otter. I paid $2 for it. Not bad. No complaints. While we're on the plush train, I'm gonna go ahead and showcase this one. We got a Build-A-Bear just from Mama Mindy. This is a chipmunk. This little guy is a retired style or girl. Retired style is worth 25 bucks. Not bad. A little bit heavy. This one's going to be over a pound. Like I said, some of those Build-A-Bears definitely creep over a pound. And up next, I'll tell you what. It's prize time. If you remember this item, I'm going to give you 10 free UPC barcodes with matching EINs. Okay? Where did I show this? Where was this item last seen on a production that I was a part of? I mean, you got to be somebody who's been around for a while to know when I last showed this. This is a very, very cool, as Mindy would say, MCM, mid-century modern, I think, lamp. And this bad boy was, I think I paid $4 for it. It's worth about 40-ish, I believe. I haven't tested this out yet. I'd like to believe that it works, though. Let's find out. Oh, it was working. There we go. It works. Look at that. Very, very cool piece. Yeah. No guesses on its origin? That item was last seen on the Pickers podcast. I want to say episode 3 with Chris Roberts. He actually brought that item in and showcased it. I asked him how much he got for his. He told me he kept it. And I kind of don't blame him. It's very groovy looking. And maybe I'll sell him that one too. Sheila, welcome to the party. Yeah, I finally made a live feed. Thank you so much for joining in. We only had to do it on a different day. And you only had to come in after all the boring stuff was done. But I definitely want you to come back and watch the full video because we just covered all the Kubik shipping. We're just going over items now. So you're lucky. You get to come in for the fun part. I've got this really cool Jurassic Park lunchbox. Didn't look this up either. I would be shocked if it was under $10. It's one of the newer ones with the adhesive label on the front. It's got some bubbling. It's got some peeling. I paid $2 for it. Worst case scenario, it goes in the shop. What else do we got? Oh yeah, this was a real surprise to me. Okay, Samsonite is a killer brand. I'm just going to say that right now. They make a lot of luggage stuff. They make a lot of travel, a lot of security type goods. This is a Samsonite inflatable neck pillow. This was bought originally by somebody at TJ Maxx for $6.99. It was clearance price, and then eventually bought by me at Goodwill for $3.99. This scans in on Amazon at close to $35, and that doesn't surprise me either. I had that. I don't know if you remember that memory foam lumbar pillow. I got over $50 for that used on Amazon. And this is another travel accessory. This is definitely going to sell for $30+ on Amazon. But this is something you wouldn't really think about. You wouldn't even stop to really give it a second guess. You're like, oh, it's just a neck pillow. It ain't a big deal. But the thing is, it's inflatable, which means you can pack it down inside your luggage and it's not going to take up the space that a traditional one does. Makes complete sense, especially if you're somebody who's a hiker or a backpacker. You don't want to carry around an entire neck pillow, but you wouldn't mind having one. This is a Melnor Aqua Timer. It's just an irrigation timer. This is one of those items I'm probably going to wait about a month or so before I list because we're coming into that seasonal type period. Now, do I want to list it and pop it out quick? Sure, I love making the money. But if I wait a month, I'm probably going to get an extra $5 or $10 more as the market starts drying up on irrigation equipment as people start scooping up some more of it. So I'm going to hang back just a little bit on that one. Next one, we got a Cat Mate large cat flap. This is a cat door. It cost me $3.99. I think I'm going to get about $40 for it. Nothing too special. When you do get these, the larger the better generally. The smaller ones are always going to be worth less, but you can get large, extra large, jumbo, the big ones. You're going to make really, really good money on it. So keep your eyes open for this. I was fortunate. The box has a little bit of damage, but this is a brand new item on the inside. Okay. So I've been finding a lot of stuff by this brand. I can't even remember what the name is. I don't know if it's Legrand or what, but this type of packaging, again, this is green. Okay. Yeah, it's the green screen that's catching. It's the exact same color green. But this is it says Legrand Whisper. I've been finding these switches, these door switches, light switches, timers, dimmers, etc. And I've been getting on average about $10 to $15 a piece for them after fees and everything on Amazon. So every time I see one of these, I give it a quick scan and poof, off it goes. I don't know what it is or why these are showing up in such great quantity, but I'm thrilled every time I find one. Here's an interesting one. Another item I have never purchased one of before. We have a Sonic Birdhouse bark control. So this is 3 built-in bark sensors. It's to stop your animals from barking, but it looks just like a birdhouse. And I'm not going to lie, I thought this was a birdhouse until right now when I read the side of the box. I just thought it was a straight up birdhouse that like played music or something. I didn't even give it 2 seconds of thought. I picked it up, scanned it. It scanned in at close to $35, and I immediately chucked it inside of my cart. I said, that's all I really need to know. Adam, welcome to the show. I don't know if we've ever had you watching before. I appreciate it. I just did a giant explanation on Kubik Shipping, and I know you know about Kubik Shipping. If those of you who don't know, Adam is the one who actually turned me on to go look into pirate ship, and I want to give a huge thank you to him, and if anyone has the opportunity, thank him as well. This tutorial would have never happened if he hadn't made that offhand comment about pirate shipping. So Thank you for that. And Adam, if you get the opportunity, go back and rewatch the first half of the show. There's so much great information we went over, and you might even pick up a new tidbit of information you may not have known before. So back on this one, Sonic Birdhouse, paid $4, I think. $4. Brand new retail. It's going to go for $35. Easy money. Here is an interesting one. Oh my God, I almost dropped it. Okay, so we have... Super loud. I'm sorry about that. We have the game of Rebound. Okay. I didn't buy this with the intent of shipping the entire thing out. Okay. Mindy says we'll buy him a Starbucks card. Let's save some money on shipping, and then we'll definitely send him out a gift for that. I bought this with the intention of piecing this out. I did not open this yet. What am I looking to get? All I care about is these little play pieces. Okay. They're little green and purple things that you flick. You can see them right here. Best case scenario is we get 8. Okay. How many do I really think I'm going to get? I'll be satisfied if I get 4. So we're going to cut this open right now. I don't even know why I'm cutting it open. I'm going to be throwing this box away, but God, I'm so sorry how loud that is. Okay, so we got the play field. So where is the hidden value on this? Oh, look at how cool is this? Yeah, it's the same exact color as my green screen again. I'm switching green screens, guys. I'm going to get like a blue one or something next week. Okay, so the value. Where's the value? We got the rubber bands. Okay, 1 and 2. That's all we need from there. Those are going to be worth money. This is essentially trash to me. I'm not going to be shipping that out. I don't care if the rest of it's complete. There's no reason to send out the whole thing when I can make more money in parts. Okay. Oh, guys, it's good. I just looked inside the box. Okay, so we got, this is one right here. Okay. I can see a bunch in there. I am thrilled. Oh, yeah, you get down here. So many of their bridging in there. Okay. Oh. Guys, I got a handful of these bad boys. Look at this. We actually, oh my gosh, I have all 8. I have all 8 and the rubber bands. So the question is, Jay, how much money are you going to get for these? These, I'm going to ask $10 a pair on. Okay, so we got 10 at 4, which is $40. And then we got my 2 bands, which might sound egregious, but I might ask $10 on those too. I might create some type of combo. Maybe it'll be 2 pairs and 1 band for $24.99 or something like that. But spares and extra pieces, these are great pieces. This is a gold mine of money right here. And I threw the box. I'm going to assume I spent $2 to $4. I think it was $2. I remember picking it up and I'm like, wow, this is cheap for what it is. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, why are you just going to get rid of the rest? It's seriously not worth the money to ship it. There's so many times where I'll take the board, throw it away, take the box, throw it away. And all I care about is the components because that's where the money is. So when I looked this up and I saw not only that they were listed, but people are actually buying these parts because they need them for their sets. I'm like, that's all I need. And now, could I have checked it inside? Sure. Would it have been as exciting as it was right now? No, 1.5. So I'm very pleased with the $2 I spent. Let's get this put away. I got another model. I can't really... Oh, no, I lied. This isn't a model. This is a puzzle. I'm not going to lie. I thought this was a model. I bought it, scanned it, chucked it in the cart. It scanned in at close to $40. And I guess that's really a testament to being a reseller, how it really doesn't even matter what the item is. As I'm buying it, as I'm holding it, is completely unimportant. All that matters is, can I scan it? Is it new? How much is it worth? Will I make money? That's it. None of the stuff really matters. Just keep doing it consistently. Keep doing it right. Let me decline this phone call real quick. No time for phone calls right now. Okay. But yeah, it's a 1,000 piece. It's Navigate by a company called Treffle. I've never even seen that company before. The rank wasn't too hot. I'm not going to lie. I think it was like a 2 million rank, but I've been having really, really good luck with long tail puzzles on Amazon, so I'm just going to keep it up. If you're wondering why I'm going through items so quickly, that's been one of 4. Okay, so I have a lot of items. I won't hate you if you guys don't stick around for the whole thing. No hard feelings, but I do have some cool stuff down the line. Is it mind-blowing, multi-$100 stuff? No, but it's cool stuff. This is a Kinderman stainless steel tank with a PVC PVC top. This is for vintage film developing. I didn't open this item up. There's a small chance it might be new old stock. Those of you who don't know, that means a brand new item from back in the day. And it looks like I might have hit the gold mine. It looks really nice. Okay, so it looks nice and tidy on the outside. Okay, maybe that doesn't open that way. Yep, it's looks very close to new old stock. You can see the spiral on the inside of there for holding your 35mm film. Yeah, it's just loud, so I'm just going to get this out of here. This bad boy's worth about $15 to $20. I paid $2 for it. Cool little piece. Easy bit of little money. Let's get one of these out of the way. Bringing another one in. I've got a 10-gallon, I'm trying to read it on my screen, economy under gravel filter. It's only worth $12 on Amazon, but I paid $2 for it, so might as well make the money. Deborah comments, so you're saying all the misfit toys that people put in my Toys for Tots boxes are worth money and I shouldn't throw them away? Yeah, sometimes. Yes. As Corey puts it, he calls it like spares and repairs, which is like parts and pieces. That's kind of what they call it over in the UK, or things that are just busted and just for sale. I would say you should always look stuff up. Always look stuff up. Unless you can definitively tell me what something is worth, it should be looked up before making a buying, selling, or trashing decision. You should affirmatively know what an item is worth. But great question. I'm happy to answer that one for you. I'm going to interject here. What was I going to talk about just now? So I'm going to interject with a little bit of story time, and then we're going to get back to the items. So this last week has been a fantastic week for me on eBay, and I want to tell you why. I went ahead and made a conscious effort to go through my entire house and pull out everything that has been sitting down on a shelf, sitting inside of a drawer, sitting inside of the garage for more than like 6 months. Stuff that I just simply haven't used. What kind of stuff are we talking about? Now, here's the thing. Not everyone's going to have these things lying around. These are just kind of offhand examples, but there is so much money lying around your house that you probably don't even think about. I had an old pair of Ray-Ban glasses I bought a year ago. Didn't even think much of it. Bought them on eBay for $35 during some Ray-Ban clearance, which it's not one of those crummy fake Ray-Ban clearances, but it was actually hosted by Ray-Ban. Bought them for $32. Tried them on once, didn't like them, threw them in a drawer. And yesterday, or day before yesterday, they sold on eBay for $90, okay? I had a scanner that I purchased for another project that I did. Used it a couple of times, didn't need it anymore. It sold for $150 online. And these are just a couple of small examples, but I've been selling toys and figures and certain pieces of clothing and different collectibles that I'm not ever going to touch, not ever going to set up, all kinds of little things. I've probably brought in an extra $500 this last week just from things that have been laying around. Definitely go through your house, maybe even old garage door openers are worth like $15, $20, $25 a piece. Old TV remotes, definitely check those. If you got a remote for your fan, if you're one of those people that has like the fan / light remote, what's it, like Harbor Breeze brand, those things are like $40 to $60 a piece. Definitely go around your house and pick stuff up. Deborah asks, what do you mean scan an item? So we're talking about using the Amazon Seller app. When I refer to scanning an item, the Amazon Seller app, as an Amazon seller, you get access to the app and you're able to scan an item, get the item's rank, and be able to make a buying decision on the item. You can also scan items via eBay, but it's not as reliable. So sometimes when I'm working with brand new sealed stuff, I'll scan it. And when I'm working with used stuff, I'll look it up on eBay. So for instance, the parts for that board game that I was showing you, that's an eBay play. And then like a brand new sealed puzzle, that's going to be more of an Amazon play. And that's how I sort my inventory out. Each person their own, but that's the way that I would recommend. So as I was saying, check your house. See what you can find. There's money lying around everywhere. So up next, we got an oddball one. I was able to get this one 50% off. I went to a thrift store I don't normally go to called Neighborhood Thrift here in Fresno. They generally have very junky, very chintzy items there. Now, the people who work there are fantastically nice, and they're obviously not in any control of the types of items that they get, but it's one of those thrift stores I only go to maybe every 3 to 6 months, honestly. It's not very often. I got a few items from there. One of them is this emergency water filter. It comes with a filter kit and tablets and other stuff inside of here. Everything in here appeared to be new and unused. It's all vacuum sealed as well. This is something that I can send into Amazon. I'll be happy to send in. I'm going to make maybe $15 after everything's said and done. It could be as low as $8, but like I said before, it's either I make the money or somebody else does, and I would rather make it. Okay. We got another puzzle here. I think I bought this one, even though the rank was horrible on it. I definitely believe this is going to sell. This is a Mermaid Lagoon one. It has some very interesting graphics. It's the type of graphics that you would see right when digital art first became a thing. It is crushed to all life on the back, but that does not mean that I don't think I'm going to make a profit on it. I paid about $4 for it. Looks like it's going to be going for, I don't know, $20 or so, as with most sealed puzzles. Here is an interesting one. Will I use this item? God, no, and I don't think anyone else should. I think this is a horrible product idea. Man, every now and then I see something. Remember the revolving storage thing for your garage? And I'm like, man, this is such a stupid item. Why would anyone buy this? It takes up so much space. Somebody bought it off me and they paid like $50 for it. And I just remember looking at that and I'm like, man, you just threw $50 away on something that if you gave to me for free and the choices were keep it in my house and not use it or throw it away, I would have thrown it away. And this is another one of those items. And I hate to be so hypercritical and harsh over a specific item, but who is spending their money on this stuff? It makes no sense at all. Are you ready for this? Okay, look at this. This is a Hinged Docks. You take your entire laptop, your MacBook, your $1,500+ MacBook, and you slide it inside of this dock. So that way you can use a separate screen, your iMac screen, as your computer screen. What the heck is the point of this? Why would you buy this? Okay, I could understand if this piece didn't have a screen, but this has a massive screen on it. Okay, yes, okay, great. You can file transfer. Whoop-dee. Oh, great. You can view the same screen on another screen. Whoop-dee. You don't need this dock to do that. Okay, this I paid half price. Instead of paying $10, I paid $5 for it. It goes for about $60 online. I feel bad for the person who buys it. Who can come up with a good reason as to why you would use this? Because I can't come up with one. It just seems like a disaster waiting to happen too. If you tip this over, if it gets put in wrong, pulled out wrong, you can break your own adapters and ports. It's so dumb. Please don't buy one of these. Let's see what we got next. Forgive my rant. I got some cool stuff here. I got this car coffee cup. It says Duesenberg on it. It's a no-spill car mug, ceramic, 12 ounce. Look how cute that is. Isn't that nifty? I think it's supposed to be styled after like an old dairy container, like a big milk jug style container. Super cool little piece. I paid $1.89 for it. And Deborah comments, money is money. It is. Money is money. And I will take your money, but I feel bad for you if you spend $60 on that. The cheapest one online is $30. It's not worth $30. If I get 15 to 20 bucks, I'm going to be satisfied. But it's a very cool little thing. And I knew I couldn't pass it up for $2. Just a very simple, straightforward buy. And then up next, we have some quantity on these ones. I have 6 of these. These are pool lamps. These are bulbs that go inside of your pool. Okay, and they're rated for like 2,000 hours. I paid 50 cents a piece. I know the tag says $2.50. This is the same thrift store. Girl walked up and she gave them to me 50 cents a piece. Couldn't beat that. These are worth about $15 a piece on Amazon. I got 6 of them. Okay, so these 6 are going to fetch 90 bucks for me, and I paid $3 to get them. Great return on investment. Great when I'm running the same SKU across all of them. So we got those, and they even gave me some free bags as well. You know, those things are a fortune now. And then what else do we have? We got a couple last items from that store. Oh, we'll save that one for 1 second. Let the suspense build up. I know what you're thinking right now. You're like, Jay, what is that item that you just put to the side? I really want to know, but we're just going to let that, we're going to let that feeling, we're going to let that emotion fester for a moment as I show you something much, much less entertaining. It's a plate for kids. It's called Constructive Eating. It has a little spot. It has a little spot where you can, I guess you buy this special fork that fits inside of the grooves on the plate, and it allows you to scoop your food up with a little fork thing. And then there's a spot for the pusher and the spoon. It's really cute, honestly. If I had a little boy, I would totally use this. If you're in the group and you want this for a kiddo or a grandkid, let me know. I think they're worth 13 or 15 bucks on Amazon. If you want me to send this out at cost, Okay, I paid $1.49. I'll charge you $1.49 plus actual ship. I'll send it out to you at cost if you want it. It's super cute though. Here we go. We got the next one. Oh, this is a nice one. A lot of value here. Okay, maybe it's not worth that much. Okay. Deborah comments, presentations to put it on the big screen. Okay, I could see that as being a valid thing, but there's wireless technology built inside of it. There's HDMI cables as well, which do the exact same thing, like HDMI outs that do the same thing as that without having that wonky dock. And when it's docked, you can't view your own screen. So if you're running a display on it and you're like doing like a PowerPoint, you can't even click through it because your laptop's closed. So that's my counter argument. So we got Michael Aram, no clue. What is this? This is another piece of pretentious, unnecessary stuff. Michael Aram is an internationally renowned designer who lived and worked in India since 1989, trained as a painter, sculptor, and historian. And he creates wine stoppers now. This is a cute wine stopper, don't get me wrong. Okay, it's very fancy, very ornate. I paid $2.49 for this. Well, there goes the COA. It's worth $40, maybe $50 on the right day. It's a cool little piece, though. You can't beat that. What do we got up next? James, thanks for joining us again. Or Jameson, excuse me. Thank you for joining us again. We're just going through some items right now. I got to get my next bin, guys. It's all the way across. Give me one moment. We got some cool stuff. Okay, this was interesting. I bought this. I'm going to be honest. It's not worth a lot of money. But this is something that when people ask me, like, what kind of stuff do you have on your eBay store? And I usually throw out some random things. Like, I have everything from surgical supplies to women's jeans. And I saw this. I'm like, this would be a cool little thing to kind of have in my eBay store just for the sake of having. This is a Korean Air children's activity pack that they give to kids when they get on the plane when they're flying in or out of Korea, I believe. And this has the character on the front. His name is Pororo, the little penguin. And I just thought it was really cute. It has a crayon pack in there, a little activity pack, and the whole thing is brand new in there. I don't know. This is helping none. You can't really. There you go. You can kind of see it in there. I don't want to take the whole thing out because I don't want to fuss it up. But it's a pack, and it's also seconds as a backpack as well. They sell for about $12 online. I'm definitely going to turn a profit, but I just thought it was cute, and I thought I could pop it up onto my eBay and make a few bucks with it as well. And while we're on the theme of Japanese-related items, look at this bad boy. I'm sorry for the fuzz. This is happening because of my green screen. It's having a difficult... Oh, wow, that fixed it. It's having a difficult time reading the color and textures on this right now. But this is... what is the name of this guy? It's the same guy, I think. I have no clue. It says P-I-Y-O... Oh, okay, it's P-O-P-O. Okay, I have no clue what this thing is worth. I just thought it was super cute. They asked, I paid $2 for this. It'll probably go for about 30 or 40 bucks on eBay. It's an older one too. This is not modern. You can tell the older plush by the type of finish. If you touch it and it's a very short mat, and it almost has like a coarseness to the edge of it, like it feels like it's been shaved to be able to achieve that height of the fuzz. That's generally a plush of the late 70s, early 80s. And that's kind of how this feels right here. I'll tell you what, we'll do a little bit of a web search. We'll see if we can find the exact item there, but I'm kind of doubting we will. Maybe we can work together on search terms. P-O-P-O, stuffed animal. Price plus shipping lowest first. These are small ones, small ones, small ones, small ones, small ones. They all look fairly consistent in the whoa. Okay, that thing can't be that big. It says 24 inches, but it's XL. See, I hate these ones right here. Like they have this girl sitting next to this elephant. That girl is not 15 inches high. This is the problem with eBay right now. Stuff like that that's getting allowed through. Okay, let's check completed listing. See if we can find that now. He's selling. Look at this, $27.99. This one's a comparable one. It has headphones, but this is only a 10-inch one. Okay. Now, because I'm somebody who does Kubik Shipping, I keep a ruler on hand now. We're going to be able to tell how big this is. Okay, this is a 10-inch one too. So it looks like the ones that are new with tags are going for about $28. I'm not finding this exact variation. I'll tell you right now, when it comes to pink on stuffed animals, that's generally a good thing. That means I'm probably going to be able to get a little bit more money for it. I'm probably going to ask 30 bucks on this bad boy. It's a cutie. I think somebody will pay it, and guess what? It's going to get shipped Kubik soft pack. That's how that bad boy is going to be going out. And then it's a really plush heavy, and you're going to have to forgive me for this. I haven't had plush on the show in a while, so I went a little crazy on some of these bins. And on top of that, the stores that I went to, they really didn't have much to offer. You know, I always go to bric-a-brac first. I kind of wrap up with plush. And when the bric-a-brac's bad, I'm digging to the very, very bottom of these bins. And that's where I've been finding some good stuff lately, really diving deep down into the bins. I got a random assortment pack of plush. Now, most of these are going to be worthless, okay? But it only takes one to make the whole thing worth it. So we got our just, this thing is completely invisible. Guess what color he is, guys? That's right, the same color as my green screen again. So he's not worth anything. That's worthless. I don't even know what that one is. This one's kind of cute. A little iguana, a Beanie Baby iguana. But the whole reason I got this one might be worth a few bucks, but the reason I got this is because of this one right here. He really stood out to me. This is a classic Pooh by Gund. It's a Disney toy as well, okay, has the Disney branding on it. The larger size of this, the larger one that's closer to 10 inches, I believe is worth over $40. There is none of these available on eBay right now. I've seen these sell for like 15 to 18 bucks. I'm going to be aiming for $20 on this little guy, and I 100% guarantee you that this is going to sell for 20 bucks. So this entire little baggie of plush was worth it just for this one. The rest of these can be dog toys for all I care. I'm going to make my 10x ROI on this little guy right here. Donna comments, do you watch cartoons so you know your characters? No! I don't. Just like with most of the other stuff, it's kind of research on the go. And I do have to be very thankful for the different groups I'm in, but primarily my patrons. Because of the patrons and you guys, pretty much everyone who's watching, are parents, and I'm not a parent, you guys have to watch these cartoons. So you're definitely helping me figure out what items are what. When I'm out there sometimes. And if you're not a patron, definitely sign up. It helps me so much, and I know I help you guys. Kind of a give and take, kind of a little setup, and I love it. But yeah, so I wish I had more time to watch cartoons. Mindy comments pig, and she also puts 25. Is that a little pig that I chucked away? I don't think he's worth 25 bucks. Maybe this little guy, possibly this little birdie right here. But I think the pigs are somewhat cheaper. But she's saying I should go 20. Maybe she means I go 25 on this, which is definitely viable. It's been a little bit since I've looked it up, but we'll see what happens. Let me get these out of here. Okay. Like I said, everything's still bagged up. Trying to figure out what I got. Virtual reference monitoring. 24 different mix references just using headphones. This is some type of music equipment. I paid $6 for it. These are consistently selling from $25 to $35 without the box. So I'm probably going to aim high on this as well. This is just another one of those things. Like when you see stuff in retail packaging, you don't know what it is, definitely look it up. I don't expect you to find one, but you know, take that away as a lesson. Just definitely look things up. This is an interesting one. I haven't seen one of these since I've watched like old 80s movies. This is a wireless command station. It's essentially a giant remote for controlling everything inside of your house. You've seen these on movies and you haven't really thought of it. So it's for the type of person who wants a remote that can control their TV, DVD player, lights, blinds, fans, pretty much everything inside their living room they want to be able to control with one controller. That's what this is. This bad boy is worth between 30 and 40 bucks on Amazon. And this is one of those things, I'm only giving you the range because I can't remember. I just know it was worth enough to be able to buy, but I'm pretty sure it's up that high. With the box, it definitely helps. I paid $6 for this. So definitely, I'm going to knock over all my fake boxes here in a second. So if you hear a loud noise, that's what that is. But yeah, definitely worth the money to buy. Let me hold on one second. There we go. Sorry, I got an important message I just had to respond to really quick. So next up, we got this really cute Pikachu pouch. It's Pikachu on the front, Pikachu on the back. I paid $2 for this. This is going to go for about 15, maybe 20 bucks. I don't know. That or it's just going to get chucked inside of the shop. But at $2, it was a no-brainer on that one. And then This is some new old stock. Those boxes really are going to fall any second now. This is some new old stock right here. This is a battery isolator by TRW brand. This is for people who are doing car audio and stuff to that effect. This is worth about $30. Not a whole lot to say on it. There are more modern versions, but there's some people who have these older ones who definitely want to keep using them, and that's why that's going to sell. These are super cute. These are up for sale as well. We've got some Harrods, little baggies here. This is like a cosmetics bag, a little makeup bag of sorts. Super cute. It's got the Scotty dog on both the front and back, their little trademark logo. And why did I buy this? Because this is going to pair really well with this Harrods clutch. Tell me this isn't cute. Okay, look at this. And it's in really, really great condition. And it has the logo there, nice and prominent there on the front. Super clean finish on the back. I believe for the pair, I could probably get about $40, and I'm about $4 or $5 into it. People love this stuff, so definitely a cool little pickup there. And we got maybe 3 items left, okay, guys? It happened again. I'm not even kidding you. I picked up yet another copy of Caribou. If you guys remember correctly, the things that we're looking for when we pick up Caribou, we're looking for clean and untorn cards and paper pieces, and then we're also looking to make sure that all the rubber balls are in there. Let's see what we got. We're going to cut this bad boy open. Okay. It is really nice. This set is significantly better than the last set. You know what? I think this is a slightly different variation. Okay, so this one actually has a tray on the inside, and I was wondering why I didn't hear the balls rolling around. So I guess this tray is important, and then it also has a plastic key. And it's really making me second guess my other set as to whether or not everything's complete. But this one has a little jeweled cavity over here on the side. It appears the top half of the jewel is busted off, which kind of sucks, but it's not the end of the world. The rest of the unit actually looks like it's in really good condition. Give it a shake. Okay, yeah, the rest of the jewel definitely isn't in there. I've seen the jewel online as spares and repairs before. I think you can get them for about $5 or $6. But yeah, this set is in fantastic shape. It's going to fetch $45, maybe even as much as $50. So not a bad little buy. Uh-oh, the treasure chest doesn't close. We'll fix that, or we'll throw it on eBay. So this is one of those things where I always used to talk about how we're going to throw things on eBay, or excuse me, we're going to throw things on Amazon because we were concerned about shipping. This is a prime example of something that's actually going to be, I believe I'm going to be able to ship through Pirate Ship. I've just got to check one thing. We just got to make sure that the length is under 18 inches, which it is. So it's 15 inches by 15 by 10 by 3. So that's roughly, that's going to be right around cubic 4 to cubic 5. So this is only going to cost me about $12 to ship, which isn't too bad because, you know, sometimes when you get these thicker boxes, you're not able to ship them with a board game box, but you really wouldn't want to because a board game box is going to run you close to $18 now with the new shipping rates. Guys, we've done it. We're down to the last bin. I'm going to have to walk off to the side to get this bin because it's so far away because I had to bring in all my extra models for this episode. Bear with me for 5 seconds. Did you miss me? Who missed me? Okay, let's see. Okay, I couldn't wrap up the show without showcasing at least one more plush. This is the granddaddy of Value Town. It's a giant otter. And I know, you're like, Jay, why do you buy so many flipping otters? I actually have to thank Daniel for that. Daniel's the one who turned me on to buying otters. They're great money. Now, I do have to give an update on a previous otter that I had. It was a 6-inch otter by Aurora. Okay, the value on those has completely bottomed out. Aurora brand is no good right now for the tiny otters. I think they're going brand new for $6.95. The manufacturer pretty much undercut everyone. Now, this one is different. Now, it's semi-regional because we live here I live here in California. The Monterey Bay Aquarium tag is kind of a big deal. This otter is worth like $60 online, and I was able to pick them up for $2. I don't need to really tell you much more about otters, but California Bay Aquarium is a good thing. Aurora, not so good, especially on the smaller ones right now. And then last up, this is another one of those spares, repairs, parts, pieces type deals. I'm only going to lift it up and show it for a second because it is somewhat heavy. Okay, we got X Trek. I don't even know what is this. It's by Silverlit Electronics X Trek Micro Racing System. So this is basically a racetrack that you put really tiny cars on and you race them against each other. So why did I buy this? Because I looked at completed listings and I saw one that had a ton of parts, essentially the same amount of parts that I have, and sold for 110 bucks. I also noticed laying right on top, we got the remote right here, and I just looked inside and I saw something I didn't even see in the store, which makes my day right now when I look at, oh, that's cool. The battery detaches. I kid you not, I did not see this in the store. From the angle I'm looking at it right now, look what I just saw sitting inside of there. We have one car there on the end, and we have the other car on the inside. So I'm going to tell you right now that these two cars and this remote are probably going to be worth an easy $40, but I may do a play where I'm trying to shift everything. I wouldn't even be surprised if this was the entire set all in one go here. It wouldn't shock me at all, but I'm not going to sit down and assemble this. And I'll tell you, I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the G.I. Joe lot. I'm going to dump them out. I'm going to put up a listing. I'm going to say, if you want to buy it, here's the price. If you don't want to buy it, if you want more pictures, I'm not going to do the work for it. So I've been telling that to people lately. I know that sounds crazy, but I want you to keep in mind when somebody messages you about an item, they're definitely a motivated buyer. Okay, they're not messaging you to ask you how your day is going. They're messaging you because they're motivated to buy something. You have a position of power or position of leverage that you can work with. I had somebody buying some new old stock video games, and when I new old stock, just to clarify, so it's like Xbox 360 and modern and moving up, and they wanted to buy some stuff, and they said, yeah, I'm just looking to get these ones right here, and it totaled out to like a $50 order. I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, there's just no reason for me to do that. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm not going to get up and put together this order for you over $50. I'm like, you have to buy more stuff. He's like, how much do I have to buy? I'm like, I'll get up and I'll put your order together, but you got to buy like $100 worth of stuff because I'm not going to get up for 50 bucks. And you know what he did? He sat there and he picked out another $50 worth of stuff and put the whole order together, and I shipped it out for him. So just remember, when people message you, they're coming at you and you got a position of leverage, that it's in their best interest to buy stuff, and obviously your best interest to sell stuff, but don't ever feel like you have to kowtow to every single customer request and every single message. Even before I came on the air tonight, I had somebody messaging me about items. I told them, like, hey, it's going to be a couple hours and I'll get back to you. Okay, because if they really want to buy the item, they're still going to be interested in the item in a couple of hours. That's just kind of all there is to it. So I think that is everything for tonight's show. I'm going to leave it up for just another minute. If you have any questions regarding anything, feel free to ask. And as I mentioned earlier, as soon as you get off this show, as soon as this is done, please go visit the link in the description. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and copy this link, and I'm going to put it into the feed that we have going right now. So you can use that link to follow through and get signed up for Pirate Ship. As I said before, the entire process took me less than 2 minutes, okay, to get everything set up. And I'm here to support you. The team over at Pirate Ship, I kid you not, I threw out a message and they responded to me within a few minutes. They are super, super helpful. You're not going to find a level of customer service like that anywhere else. And with my brands that I own, separate, I don't own anything at Pirate Ship, but with my brands that I own, customer service is a huge thing for me, and you're going to find that high level of customer service over there as well. So with that being said, I think that's everything for this week's episode. I really hope that you learned a lot. In case it isn't clear before, Facebook.com/groups/Pickers Lounge. If you'd like to join Patreon and you say, hey, Jay, you helped me save so much money on my shipping costs, I'd really love to help you out by becoming a patron or maybe even upgrading my Patreon subscription level. Patreon.com/Bolorama. We got one last comment. Carolee commented, Pirate Ship responded to me this morning within just a couple of minutes. Yep, they're fantastic. Now, here's the other thing, too. If you've already signed up for Pirate Ship and you didn't use the link that I provided, please send me a DM. I need to know this so that I can let them know that you're somebody who came from us, okay? We might be doing some special things down the line for people who've signed up specifically through this type of program and who are signing up specifically because of the page. So I want to make sure that you're included in that. We might have a giveaway coming down the line. I can't say much about it, but we might have something coming. So I want to make sure you're included. And then another comment here from Pamela. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for coming. We appreciated it. So thank you, everyone, for watching the show. I hope you learned something new today. I hope you had some fun with me. And I hope to see you next week. Oh, yeah, and that last one, the PayPal. If you want to use the PayPal, go ahead. If you don't, no hard feelings. But I'd love you if you did. Thank you again for watching, guys. And remember what I told you before. If you don't make that money, someone else will. So get out there and make that money. Protect your margins. Have some fun. And I'll tell you what. If you all work really hard this week, I'll go ahead and come back next week and do another show. Have a great night, everyone. And I'll talk with you soon.